The Glow Racers line has definitely seemed to take a little bit of a back seat lately with the release of the full 2024 poster revealing the GRC line, the Global Racers Cup, another expanded universe line taking our favorite racers and giving them new paint jobs, just like the Glow Racers here. I mean, McQueen, Jackson Storm, and Cruz Ramirez, even Mater, will be in the GRC, and they're all in Glow Racers as well. So it does feel a little bit weird to run them concurrently. And I know none of the GRCs have been released yet, but they definitely will overlap, thus making us wonder how much longer will Mattel take the Glow Racers line. I mean, will they end up canceling some of the ones that we're expecting? Right inside Laney, Jackson Storm, Ramone is diecast, Reverham I think was confirmed at some point. Who knows? I really hope they do continue it because they do kind of run separately. The GRCs will be in the main line and also quite a bit cheaper, whereas the Glow Racers will remain as an outside line. And so far, those have been exclusive to Target stores in the US, as well as, actually, they have been a few locations, just not Walmart. Meijer stores have had them. Even the Toys R Us stores within the Macy department stores have had them. So they're not exclusives, but I guess they're non-Walmart exclusives. But all that talk is to say, today we will be reviewing the last new Glow Racer to come out as a single, Will Rusch, the Vinyl Toupee Next Gen. I've been waiting a long time to review this guy because he was released last summer in a 4-pack with McQueen, Cruz, and Mater. But we knew at that time that he was already going to be released as a single. I just thought it would come out a lot sooner than it did. And it ended up taking a good 5 to 6 months before it actually surfaced and wedged in between. That was the single release of Chase Raceland and Fillmore. So I got really concerned, but they snuck out the third wave with Will Rusch. He's the only new one in the third wave, right after Chase and Fillmore. So it's kind of weird that they did waves 2 and 3 back to back. Now this stock image makes Will look crazy when he glows, so I am very excited to see him and test him out. That's definitely what we're going to be doing later on in the video. But yeah, I just didn't want to crack open this 4-pack and have 3 duplicates laying around when I didn't need to. And that was that rarely ever happens. Usually I don't mind doing that because I just will review it for you guys and, take one for the team. I just wasn't feeling it with this one. I really did not want to have those 3 hefty Glow Racers as duplicates. But anyways, yeah, let's take a look at his packaging. Of course, for the GRC, which oddly will cost less, they will feature unique artworks of all the characters. For this, though, the Glow Racers only show Lightning McQueen on every single. It's kind of weird, but the name tags do change colors a little bit. This one features a yellow and orange name tag, and they do advertise, obviously, they glow in the dark. On the back here, it features 5 other Glow Racers. In fact, all of the other 5 singles. So Will Rusch is the only one that's not included, and he's the one that we're holding. I did a review of Chase and Fillmore a month or so ago, so I'll leave that link in the description below and card session pop-up. You'll also find links in the description below to my original reviews of Cruz, McQueen, and Mater. And I'll also probably include my links to the Glow Racers playset, the crisscross one, and the Glow Racers Mac. They have done quite a bit for this line, so if it does fizzle out over the next few months, I won't be too upset. It's not one of my favorite Expand Universe lines, and they did do quite a bit for it, so it's not like they just, dipped their toes in and called it a day immediately after. But I'll be right back with this guy all opened up.
And I don't pretend to know how you feel. Either you won't or you will, but I'll give it a try.
Now, believe it or not, they've actually come out with a storybook for the Glow Racers, which is a first in a long time for one of these expanded universe lines. Whether it be Endurance Racers, any of the XRS ones, Thomasville, etc. No one has ever attempted to give us, oh hey, here's a little book, let alone a short by any stretch of the imagination. Those are long gone for this stuff. It's really just Mattel's kind of inner creations, and they obviously have no interest in doing a story. They just want to sell diecast, right? And so this actually seems to be a larger effort by Disney and Pixar to come up with this. And then, the Disney store has done some of their own glow racers. Tomica may in the future as well. And then some sort of publisher has also come out with a book. And the Pixar Cars YouTube channel actually did like a little video storytelling of that book. And if Will is in it, I don't believe he is. I watched it the other day, and they showed some really weird ones. There was like flipped over in the wrong model. There was Aaron Clocker. There was some really weird sightings. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a super, I don't know. I mean, the book is great. Like, I'm glad that they did a story on it. However, the person who narrated it in that video, well, it's just a little kid. And it is hard to listen to that high-pitched of a voice telling a story, enunciating all the words, and giving it all that, like, really kind of excited. I don't know. It's just weird. It's hard to listen to. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old and cranky, but it's hard to listen to. But if Will is shown in it at some point, I will put that picture on the screen there. Like I said, though, I don't remember him, so that's just some great inconsistency in the sense that a lot of the diecasts that we're getting aren't even in this little book here. But hey, again, remember, at least they did do something to build upon this expanded universe line, because, when Mattel comes up with this, or the NASCAR line, like, that is what they are envisioning, right? They are envisioning these are additional races that take place after the events of Cars 3, and they are just continuing the story of the franchise just through the diecast and not through any media. But I am very excited for Will here. He is one of my favorite next gens, and they just did do Will in 2024 in a 2-pack with Tim Treadless, after his first release being in 2021 in case B that year. So Will is one of the greener next gens, and by green I do mean fresh. I don't mean the color green. But yeah, I just love the purple color scheme, especially being metallic and all. And Vinyl Toupee is just such an awesome sponsor. Seeing that they went from, I mean, literally, excuse me, guys. They went from this with Rev Roges in Cars 3, almost unrecognizable from Krusty Road in Cars 1, to almost unrecognizable again with Will Rusch here. But he just is my total vibe, like total 80s retro futurism with the cursive, like so neon type. Oh my God, I love it. I love it so much. It's like that night drive type of music. But yes, yeah, we do want to do a comparison. We'll bring him back. Both of these are made in Thailand, so keep that in mind. Some of the previous Expand Universe stuff, like the XRS stuff, was made in Vietnam. So it's kind of cool to see him in a non-metallic purple paint job. A much softer kind of pastel Easter egg color purple. But the logo is pretty much the same. The vinyl text is now in yellow instead of white though. And he also does not have, see here, through the middle of Toupee, there's like a white stripe. That is not present on the Glow Racer version. However, the grid matrix is a lot more prevalent, whereas before it was actually smaller, so there were more squares. So now it's like, yeah, honestly, the squares have like doubled or tripled maybe even in size. And so they're a lot more noticeable. I think they did that so that it wouldn't look so congested. Like this net would look just so weird. If like this was all highlighted in yellow, it would be too much. So they decided to enlarge it a little bit. I think that was a good decision, good design decision. The wheels are now a blue, like a light blue, which is a really interesting color choice that kind of matches the triangle logo. Looks like mine has a little chip right there. That's not ideal. Oh well. And of course, oh man, yellow tires that are throwing off my white balance. This guy was made on the 37th week of 2023 at the A factory there, indicated by the date stamp. Getting back to the comparison though, it is crazy to see that the wheels and tires are so different, but I like it. Like that blue is a great call because it complements the small amount of blue that is present in the logo that a lot of people, including myself, forgot about. I'm like, is this like another yellow wheels on the Ponchi Wipeout from Cars 3 situation? But no, like, it actually makes sense. Wow, the contingency sponsors look pretty good being from Thailand now. Granted, we never have gotten a Chinese version of Will, so we can't really compare him now to a better like decal clarity wise version in the past, whereas we would be able to do if they did like Chase Racelet, right? A few weeks ago. But that all being said, Piston Cup Combustor Carbon Fiber Synergy, that looks pretty good. Honestly, I'd say it looks better than the decals on the original Tile and Will from 2021. Looks really good right there, I will say. 76 looks interesting as well. It's got like a border around it now in purple, whereas before it did not. It was just white up here, yellow on the bottom. Obviously, instead of the metallic gold on the side running board there, it is just yellow with a little purple stripe or arrow indicating to the picker where to lift them up at to change the tires. Got the exhaust pipes there, which are indented. So is the gas cap there, which is very prevalent on both. That's one thing Thailand does a good job of. You got similar vinyl Toupee logos, but same differences that we noted from the hood. His spoiler, yeah, it is the same. It looked a little different, but yeah, wildly different colors. Same text, it's just now entirely in that same blue color we were talking about instead of the white and the yellow. And yeah, yellow in the background, so hopefully it glows. I think that's probably why they made it yellow, and probably the same reason why they made his roof here and the window bars yellow instead of black, representing the vinyl top. So that's all kind of out the window at this point. The vinyl top design that they used on Rev, Krusty, and Will, a common thread, the only common thread for all the vinyl Toupee racers, is gone with this version of Will, unless it's some weird like yellow vinyl top. I'm not really sure. On the back here, 76. He does have the rookie racing stripes, which really should not be there because as we're talking, this truly is a race that takes place in the future after Cars 3. He's not a rookie anymore, so he should not have the rookie racing stripes, but they still put them on Chase, so it's not like they're really thinking about that, unfortunately. They are not changing any of the decals per se, they're just changing the coloring of everything. And that's kind of what stinks about these and why I think the GRCs will be much better. It's kind of crazy that both like GRC and then Glow Racers GR, it's kind of crazy that there is that commonality, but I think they'll be better overall. I'm already very excited. And I know we aren't getting any next gens besides Jackson or Cruz, but they're changing up all of the decals on them. And that's what a good expanded universe line should do. That's what the Ice Racers did. That's what Carbon Carnival did. Obviously, Silver and Neon didn't, hence why they aren't some of the better lines. However, they did those before they established the TROC with the Ice Racers, and then they kind of retroactively included them when they reissued Silver and Neon after 2015. So yes, my whole point is these are just like recolors, and they don't include any like Glow Race decals like, oh yeah, this is the Glow Race Cup. Whereas, again, like I said, you had Ice Race Cup and Carbon Cup decals on those racers. And again, I know they're not doing any next gens, but Jackson Storm will have a whole new paint job. Cruz will, so will all those World Grand Prix racers. So it really is like a whole nother TROC race that follows up the Carnival one. But yeah, as you can see right here, I mean, the 76, the rookie stripes, and the blue stripes above the rookie stripes are pretty much all the same. Everything is just slightly recolored, and that is a little disappointing, I will say. He is a complete unibody here. The eyes, the mouth, the bumper, the windows, everything is one metal piece, which is interesting. And he does have pretty much the same expression as he did in the past. The eyes especially, although they're green now instead of blue, so that's a little concerning, but I guess he just put some contact coloring in or whatever. Some colored contacts, I should say. The mouth also just doesn't look as defined. Like you could see his frown a lot easier on the original than you can on the new one. Like it's it's almost like he doesn't have a mouth on the new version. It's kind of weird. You could see Chase mouth's totally fine, but Will is just like absent. So yeah, I guess I just kind of gave my thoughts on the Glow Racers as a whole. It did kind of get me a little upset just talking about that because it just goes to show how much better Ice, Carbon, Carnival were because all the decals were changed and very creatively so. And we did pay more for those. Those were an additional sideline at Target, just like the Glow Racers are. I mean, $649 for these singles is absolutely absurd. But they do seem to be running a lot of sales on them. Like when I got my 4-pack, it was like $20 instead of $25. When I got some of these singles, instead of $6.49, they're like $5.83. So I think Target is realizing that these are way overpriced. But then again, I mean, their regular singles are $4.99 as it is. So they do have to be a little bit more, I guess. But is that just because they glow in the dark? Well, we will see right now. Let's test him out and see if he actually is worth the extra $1, $2.50, or whatever it ends up being. All right, we have entered the darkness. And I will say, you could see all the glow racers right now in view. Jackson Storm's over here. He's the plastic one. The worst by a mile. Doesn't really glow well at all. And we find time and time again that the lighter colors glow the best. And the more light coloring you have on you, the better you look when the lights are off. So Cruz over there looks great. Chase Racelet and Fillmore look fantastic. I mean, it literally it literally looks like I'm holding a torch over here with these guys. I mean, man, they are fantastic. And obviously we went over that in my review of them a few weeks ago. And so now I know we're talking about everyone but Will. Will does have some of that lighter coloring on him. And when you flip him over like this, he does look pretty badass, I will say. I mean, the lining throughout, it almost looks like electricity is like pulsating through him. It looks really cool. I just wish it stood out a little bit more because he does have this like dark spot in the center front right here that just kind of negates. It kind of like nullifies him. Like it just kind of shuts him down. I don't love that. I do like the yellow bumper up front. The logo looks decent, especially when you flip him up. I mean, he's much better from like an aerial shot because you could see the logo, all the inner lining, the roof, and the wing looks really good. But yeah, his sides aren't great. The back is not great. But yeah, I mean, you put him on a side like this, fantastic. Up front, though, it looks a little dull. A little dull. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice addition to the Glow Racers line. I'm glad they did Will. It's his first ever variation. They've never put him in a XRS line before. In fact, he kind of came after they were done with XRS. So unlike Barry the Pedal, who found himself in multiple of those lines, or I think even Steve Slick LePage was in Rocket Racers and the Mud Racers. I mean, some of those guys got a really good draw being in a lot of those different lines. But Will was not even an endurance racer. Endurance racer was a whole nother opportunity where, yeah, Chase Racelet even got some action in that one as well. But yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Really excited for the GRCs, though. I mean, it's like, what the hell? You know, we're just kind of playing like checkers right now with these. Oh, yeah, they're cute little repaints. Bring on the Global Racers Cup. They're playing chess. They got full-on new decals, some new expressions. McQueen's got blue on them. Like, what? I'm so pumped for those. Really, I just can't wait. I think it's going to be McQueen and Francesco out first. There's going to be that McQueen and Shuteroki 2-pack. And I really hope they continue it on into 2024 and do the World Grand Prix racers that they aren't doing this year. Because I honestly will be pretty disappointed if we don't end up getting a Jeff Gorbat, a Rip Kuchgonski, Nigel Gearsley, Lewis Hamilton, maybe even a Frosty. Wouldn't that be insane if they do another like Target Australian exclusive Frosty? Oh my God, I'm getting myself all worked up. As per usual though, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.